Hello everybody and welcome back to the most inconsistent Genshin Impact channel on the internet. My name is Spinecar and I still don't know what kind of content I want to make on this channel, but today we are going to be looking at Genshin Impact accounts that are sold on the internet, and I decided to look a little bit more into these accounts and see if they are a good alternative to wasting all your money in game. Just right off the bat, I think that these might be a good alternative depending on where the prices are at, because you're not gambling. Actually, you're not even gambling in the game. You're pretty much guaranteed to lose, especially if you're going for a 5-star character or even a 4-star character on the permanent banner because you don't want anyone on the wish banner. It's almost impossible. I also think that these types of websites, the people that are listing their accounts, I respect it. I respect the grind, because what they're doing is they're basically allowing you to not have to grind for characters. They are allowing you to not take the risk of putting money into this game just to get the character that you didn't want or the weapon that you for sure didn't want. Here we are to the first, Jesus, $445. Yep, I was a bit concerned that it was going to be this way. Kaching, what? Is it Kaching or Diluc? Have you played this game before? You know that's not the character that's, I would imagine that it's Diluc he's selling and he got the name wrong. I would hope so. But $445 for Diluc, Klee, a 5-star weapon, and then just 2 other 4-star characters, Noelle and Sucrose. I don't know about that pricing. I don't think you should ever spend that much money on this game. Yeah, the price already right off the bat, I'm hoping that others won't be like this, because that is insane. I mean, hopefully you won't. I would say you would probably have to spend a little bit more than $445 to get a Diluc, considering that he's not on a banner. But still, if that's the case, you don't need Diluc that bad anyway. Okay, so the next one, same account, same person, same listing. It's $100 less roughly. This is better. What the hell? What the actual fuck? That second one is so much better. You have Diluc, Kaching, Klee versus Diluc, 5-star Claymore, Klee. Is Wolfgrave really that good? I mean, is one weapon better than Kaching? I don't know about that. I mean, in terms of forgeable 4-star weapons, I think Prototype Animus is fucking great. And I would much prefer another 5-star character, especially one like Kaching, over one 5-star weapon. Plus Ningguang is pretty good and not in any banners. I think Ningguang is actually pretty broken as long as you get her artifacts right. I'm not an expert in like maximum DPS stuff, but I personally just think that having Kaching is far better than having one. It's not even refined either. It's a base Wolfgrave. That's really weird. But yeah, even $335 for this, I still wouldn't say it's worth it. I know that once again, you would probably, if you needed for whatever reason, you don't have a good reason for absolutely needing Kaching in your team, but it would probably be cheaper to buy her off of this than it would be to keep rolling until you get her. But still, it's not worth it. And the next one is pretty significantly cheaper, but that's because it's Mona as your other 5-star besides Klee, and Mona is honestly kind of dog shit. Alright, and then he has Venti, Klee, Kaching with Fischl, Ningguang, Barbara, Zhonling for around $300, which again, I mean, that's still way too much money. Honestly, so are these. Diluc, Klee with Badu. Why is this one so much cheaper when it's pretty much the same thing as that first one or the second one? I don't really get it. Also, why does it say best selling? Does he have multiples of these? There's no way in hell. If it's best selling, that probably means that he has a lot of them. There is no way he was able to roll the exact same characters every single time. That seems a little bit impossible to me. So either this shit is a scam or his account is probably hacked in some way. I'm not sure if people have figured that out yet, but I honestly would not buy from this person. But in terms of the pricing, it's still way too expensive, and the fact that he has these listed as if there's multiples of them, as in there's stock, of these accounts is very concerning. So now let's go ahead and look at one with only 2 upvotes, not viewed too many times. Okay, so right off the bat, he has what looks to be a screenshot of the actual set that he has, which is basically Dilute Klee are the main ones you're looking at, showing off all the weapons, all the items. So this definitely looks like an account that he actually grinded in. Just one problem, it's open offer. There's no price tag, which is, again, concerning because he's basically saying, are people willing to spend a couple $100s on this? But he doesn't want to know. He doesn't know, so he doesn't want to list it as $300-400, and he's probably just hoping. So we're just going to go ahead and move on. If you don't know what your account is worth, then how can anyone realistically put up an offer? Okay, so let's look at the account from Not Imposter, Godly Whale, and Cheap Accounts, Megathread, 5x, 4x, 3x, 2x, 5 stars. What does any of that mean? Who the fuck knows, but let's check it out anyway. Hi, I'm Not Imposter. I have a ton of Godly GENSHIN Impact accounts for sale, blah blah blah, cheap variety is endless. How much time did you spend on this shit? Okay, he has his Discord plug, so that's pretty cool. A little bit concerning that there's no like photos of the accounts. He's just saying what they are. I would imagine if I clicked on these things, I'd probably get pictures of them. The prices are actually pretty reasonable. I mean, in comparison to the first one we looked at. So Mona, Chi-Chi, Constellation Venti, $120. That's pretty good. And he also has different. No, I don't believe you have this many accounts with this high adventure ranks if the game has only been out for like a month. Again, I could just sound fucking stupid because it's probably likely that no one has figured out how to hack this game yet. But at the same time, I have no idea how you're able to get this high adventure rank with this many accounts. Seems a little bit impossible. And then there we go. Okay, so he does have like screenshots or whatever of the account itself, but again, $120 for one account, $140, $100. This is still too much money. If you are a budget player like me, or even a free to play player, it's not worth it, honestly. Like, you can realistically get some of these characters off rolling, especially the banner 5 stars. I play this game a lot, don't get me wrong. I play this game for like most hours of the day. I'm just grinding like a brainless fucking zombie. But I still don't consider this game to be my life, and neither should you. It's still just a game, and you should not put this much investment into it, especially if $200 is completely out of your budget. But looking at this count, hello everyone, I'm Ice Turtle, noted all accounts unlink. I'm not trade, buy or middleman account. Okay, this is a little strange. His English is kind of wacky, but it's their NA account, so this guy probably has a VPN. Very important information here. Okay, so AR7, that's what I expected most of these accounts to be at, is AR7. So these prices by far are the most reasonable. So $55 for Dilute Klee, Official Razor, Jeanling Noel. Seeing this single Klee is only $10. Honestly, I think that's worth it. I think this is the first account that we found so far that's actually worth the money that you'd be paying. I definitely just pay $10 for the banner character rather than, you know, grinding for days on end to get enough Primogems to get the pity. When you're rolling in Genshin Impact, there is nothing you can do to stop yourself from losing, and you are going to lose. You are not going to get what you want. The chances that you're going to get what you want are slim to fucking none. And so I think that at these prices specifically, it's a much safer bet than trying to get the 5-star character you want. $13 for Diluc, that's more than fucking reasonable, because your chances of getting Diluc are almost zero. It's a 6% chance or 90 guaranteed wishes that you get a 5-star character, a 0.6% chance, I mean. And there are, what, 8 5-star characters and like fucking 12 5-star weapons, so that's just a guess. But a 1 in 20 chance when you get that 0.6% chance, or you get those 90 wishes and you get the pity to get the one character you want, to get the Luke, it's going to cost you a lot more money doing it that way. So $13 for Diluc, $10 for Kaching, I'd say that's more than reasonable. I think this is the first like good account, as long as it's verifiable and the seller is trustworthy. I would definitely do something like this. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I covered the main 3 categories of that website, which were overpriced as fuck, sketchy as fuck, an actual decent listing. So let's go ahead and look at player auctions now. We have full Constellation Venti, 2 Constellation Jean, Mona, 6 Constellation Fischl, 6 Constellation John Link, 6 Constellation Barbara. $1,500 you would spend on this account. Guys, let me just say right now, you will never, ever need to have a full Constellation Venti and 4 other full Constellation 4-star characters. The game is never going to be hard enough to where that is required. So the fact that anyone would even consider spending $1,500 just on that blows my fucking mind. Yeah, you'd probably have to spend more money in-game to get a lineup like this, but you will never need it. The hardest thing in this game is the Spiral Abyss. You will never, ever in this game need this to complete the Spiral Abyss. The Spiral Abyss is filler fucking content, boys. I'm sorry to tell you this. I know that it's a nice little challenge, but it doesn't really add too much to the game. It's something to do while you're waiting for the actual game to be developed. It blows my mind that these first 3 updates of Genshin are basically completions to the base, to what was supposed to be the base game. The Lantern Rite is going to be 1.3 that's coming out in fucking February. It was supposed to be in the base game, and then the beta revealed that it had some issues, and now they're working on it. And they're trying to pass it off as like this expansion when it's literally just what was supposed to be in the game's release, but they rushed the fuck out of the release. If there's one thing I would say is that if you are going to spend money on this game, do not spend it in-game. Go to these websites, especially if you were looking for a specific character or a specific weapon. As long as the seller is reliable and you trust it, and obviously you're on PC, do it through here. Do not give MiHoYo any more money directly. If you do, they are going to continue to develop this game as a gacha game and not an RPG. I talked about this in my last video and even my first video. It's the biggest problem with Genshin right now is that MiHoYo is just milking the shit out of wishes, and if it works and people continue to spend so much money in-game, that's where they're going to take it. And it's no longer going to become an RPG at all. It's just going to be about gacha. I don't want to say that the $1,500 guy didn't work for it. I'm sure that he did, unless he fucking hacked. But the main point is, the people that are selling these for reasonable accounts, they probably deserve the money because they put the time in to grind for you, so you don't have to waste your time, you know, re-rolling and spending hours, even days, getting the lineup that you want, the starting lineup that you want. So I would definitely recommend that last guy. I'll see if I can find his account and his name right now if you are interested in doing this. But other than that, some of these are way too overpriced. Some of these are definitely a little bit sketchy, so I would make sure to do as much research on the website and the seller as possible before you do a transaction if you are indeed interested in buying an account. Yeah, this was fun. I found some interesting stuff. I found some people that are insane, thinking that they're going to make $1,500 selling their 6 Constellation Venti, but I'm sure there are people who are just as insane willing to buy it. If somehow you are a whale, in which case, 1, fuck you, and 2, how did you get that much money in the first place that you're spending it on a video game? But 3, again, I would still recommend buying from these accounts if you somehow have $1,500 disposable dollars that you can spend on a video game and somehow sleep at night. Because once again, even for the whale, especially for the whales actually, if you're pouring that much money into the game, you're potentially ruining the experience for free-to-play players, because once again, I've said this like 8 times in my last 2 or 3 videos, but the more money MiHoYo makes from in-game purchases, the more time and resources they are going to put into, you know, shiny new characters, more promotional stuff to get you to spend more money, and less time in development on the actual game itself. But that is pretty much all I have to say about these websites. Once again, don't get scammed. Make sure it's worth your money. My name is Spinecar. What kind of fucking video will I make next? Who knows? I don't. See you guys next time.
Hello. Welcome to the outro. Make sure to click this. Click that as well. If you don't, I'll be really sad.